teammates and the leadership qualities that it's just awesome to see how he's grown up over the last 4 years to what he's doing for this team right now.
He is described as the Wolverines' heart and soul, and for very good reason. He is also the leader of this team, and right now his pressure defense forces Robbie Hoig to burn a 30-second timeout.
And you're seeing everybody ran away from him. When you've got a run and jump press like what the V's doing right now, you have to come back to the basketball because they're going to fire people at you from all angles. You can't run and hide, and that's what happened right there. 3 were deep. He only had help here, but then he had 2 white jerseys getting ready to trap him on the side. Great timeout by Bolivar's head coach to address that. Get it taken care of now.
Bolivar has only won 1 state championship in boys basketball, Jim. They beat Troy in Class M 50-38 57 years ago. To put that in perspective, JFK was in his first year as president. It was 1960 when the Liberators last won. And what a stark contrast when you look at Vashon, and there are 9 state championships in that trophy case, starting in 1971 all the way to last year in 2016. Bolivar brings it up after the timeout. Garrison hits the accelerator, drives his high shot off the window, no good. Outlet pass to Peanut. He'll put it up with the left-handed score.
Ferris did a really nice job leaking out just a little bit and able to get the pass. They get it in transition and go. And there's not a better team in this state that runs the transition fast break better than Vashon.
Ferris leading the way with 8 of Vashon's 12 points. Now the Liberators go down low. Emmert has his shot blocked by Levi Stockard. Now it's batted out of bounds. Which way are we going? We're going with the white.
Stockard with an outstanding defensive play, got the block, did everything you expect your big man to do. I think Bolivar right now, they're getting good looks. You just got to keep shooting because they're going to fall.
Well, they've gone cold, Jim. At the end of the first quarter, Vashon was shooting 50% and Bolivar was shooting about 43%. Now Bolivar is 3 of 11 for barely 27% from the floor, as the defensive intensity of Vashon is on fire, and so is their outside shooting, as Corey Gilbert knocks down his 53rd trifecta of the season.
He's got such great form. He catches it, he gets it right into the shooter's pocket, squares up and shoots it. Just really nice form, catching and shooting at the top of the key from beyond the arc.
Coach Irons animated, pacing the sideline, imploring his defense to step up. One of his players knocked to the ground. Ball out of bounds. It'll stay with the Liberators here with 5:06 to go until halftime.
But you see how they're rotating Stockard up on the sideline. And what that does is that gives you a big body to set the double. And it's just a great defensive philosophy. And plus, too, Levi is smart enough to know when to get back and fall back into it.
Another beautiful pass, but this time Emmert can't finish off the inbounds play. Vashon up 15-8 here, looking to add to the advantage. Mario McKinney sends it around the horn. Ferris for 3, no. Off the heel, rebound to Ian Jones.
This is what Bolivar's got to do. Limit the Wolverines' chances to 1, because then what happens, they can't get into their press. You're taking them out of half of their game right there.
Both teams have only turned the ball over 2 times. Garrison from downtown, no. A rebound into the hands of Corey Gilbert. Boy, be careful if Corey Gilbert gets hot from the outside, because he can score in bunches.
And real quick timeout. They got to stop this thing. Corey Gilbert, and once again, you just saw the catch and shoot. Got him in the secondary transition. And all of a sudden now, Vashon has extended it. It's now a 10-0 run. They lead by 10, 18-8.
Don't forget to pick up your official souvenir t-shirt and apparel while supplies.
Bolivar seeing this one slip away early, down 10 now, and Jim, here's the Gilbert 3 again. He's knocked down 2 already.
There's the secondary look, and you just look, catch, square, shoot, outstanding form, and he's feeling it right now from the outside.
Vashon, we told you, winners of 9 state titles. They have got a 26-13 record in Show Me Showdown. And all but 2 of the championships The first one and the most recent one. The first one was won in 1971 by a coach by the name of Ronald Coleman. Tony has the most recent one. Conley Garrison brings it back up here. Bolivar's got to find something on the offensive end as we reach the midway point of quarter number 2. Garrison hasn't been able to knock down a 3. He skips it across to Jones. 4 minutes on the clock. Emmert now floats out on the far side. Looked like they were looking for a little give and go between him and Garrison. Seckler whips a pass down low. It comes back to him. Emmert has his pocket picked by Peanut. Ferris running the break ahead to McKinney, who is fouled. Mario McKinney shoved out of bounds. Boy, Jim, you look up and down this roster and you see guys like Reese with offers from K-State and SLU. Mario McKinney getting looks from SLU, Mizzou, Tulsa. There's a lot of talent for Tony Irons on this floor right now, and he's going to take a 30-second timeout here with 3:43 to play.
Just wants to get everybody together, and plus 2 with the pace now. Vashon's starting to dictate the pace a little bit. Tony likes to take a couple timeouts here and there, just quick 30-second breaks, because that's going to let his kids at least catch their breath a little bit.
His kids pulling away right now from the Bolivar Liberators, who have won 3 straight district championships down in Polk County, and they've got those shirts on. The guys on the bench, Jim, have the "I can do all things," and on the front it says Polk County Grind, because they have got that small town mentality there in Bolivar.
Tell you what, it's so cool, and you look around, the Bolivar students are in full effort. Then across the way, just a great crowd for a Saturday afternoon here in Central Missouri for the Class 4. And if we think this is a lot of people, wait for about 3.5 hours from now when Webster Groves and Lee Summit West make it into Mizzou Arena.
It's what you look for every year in Class 5. You get that one St. Louis school and one Kansas City school, and the gloves come off. But this is crazy because we are engulfed in a sea of blue for this game.
Yeah.
Vashon's fans all wearing blue. A lot of the Liberators fans in that primary blue color. So you can't really tell where one fan section ends and another begins. But you can now, because listen to the reaction to Emmert's bucket.
Yeah, great cut by Emmert, coming down, good out inlet pass to get things going.
Head coach Robbie Hoig spinning that yellow towel a la Jerry Tarkanian on the Bolivar sideline.
By the way, I just wanted to know that I was on my good buddy Jay Binkley's high school show this morning in Kansas City. Kind of threw a 5-gallon gas can on the old I-70 matchup for today. Absolutely I did.
I don't believe that, not for 1 minute. Ferris misses from point-blank range. Garrison, a big rebound for Bolivar. They've cut the difference to 8 here. 2:45 to go until the intermission.
And once again, you're seeing they're limiting opportunities, and that takes Vashon out of their press.
Emmert loses the rock, but finds Ian Jones. Skips it around. Garrison, coffin corner 3, and he still can't connect. Conley Garrison, 1 for 6 on the day from the floor, and he averages almost 20 points a game. Stockard loses it. The ball goes back to Bolivar.
Starting to get a little momentum shift. It's subtle, but you're starting to see Bolivar getting used to what Vashon's doing, and they're causing some turnovers. They're limiting opportunities. That's what you need to do if you're going to win a game like this against Vashon.
A lot of these players, the seniors, played in the Final Four in 2015. Last year, the Liberators season ended in the sectional round with a loss to Raytown South. Today, they try to punch out the defending champs, but they are down by 8 here. Looking up at the Wolverines. Emmert calls for it, splits the double team, uses the window, no. Another rebound to Corey Gilbert. Gilbert, 6 points and 5 rebounds. A good start to his day. Gilbert with it, drives, kicks it out at the free throw line. Casey Cody Jackson for 3, too much. Offensive rebound to Vashon, and there's the second chance points. Mr. Joseph Reese.
Joseph Reese is a kid that is, once again, he's another one of those guys. He's really taken to his role, and he's doing some great things for the Wolverines, and we saw it right there.
Jim, you always like to look at this stat. Rebounds now really favoring the V, 14-9. As you can tell, with that rebounding edge, so comes an edge on the scoreboard.
And right now, it's just they're not getting body on body. They're letting Vashon kind of dictate how things are working underneath.
Peanut picks up his second foul. Quick inbounds pass to Emmert. And there's a foul underneath. Did they get Huntley? They do. It's Darren Huntley. It should be Darren's first. That's the team sixth on Vashon. Team fouls fairly even so far, Jim, at 6-5.
Now, you got Levi Stockard. He had him out of the game. He's coming back in. Tony Irons wanted to give Levi a quick breather. Bolivar's got to notice that a little quicker. Get Emmert more involved when Stockard's out of the game.
Can't miss an opportunity like that. Garrison on a cold shooting day gets the ball between the rings. Passes outside for three. Spindler's shot won't go. Kobe Clark up floor in a hurry. Pardon me, Casey Cody Jackson. And there's a takeaway. The Liberators have it. Conley Garrison will slow things down here. Less than 60 seconds to go in the first half. If I'm not mistaken, our halftime guest may be sitting behind us. The boss is here?
I don't know if the boss is coming on just yet. May save him for later on tonight.
May have to have him back for that Class 5 championship. Emmert jab step, gives it to Garrison with 30 seconds. He drives, and the foul's going to be on Levi Stockard. How many does Stockard have? That's going to be his second. And that was a size mismatch, and Conley Garrison got the better of that meeting.
You need to attack him now. You've got to go right at him and try and pick up that third foul here, either now or early in the third period. Because if he gets three, he's got to sit down, but you got to make free throws.
Conley Garrison can't buy a bucket. He steals it back, though, at midcourt. When you can't score, you got to do other things. 20 seconds here. The Liberators will probably try and grind this down to one, down 10.
If you can get this in the single digits, you're going to be in good shape going into the locker room.
Garrison defensively matched up with McKinney. Sends one up. Thought he was going to get a whistle. He doesn't. 2 seconds. One at the buzzer. No. Emmert catches the shot. And a low-scoring start to this one sees the defending champs, the Wolverines from Vashon, leading the Bolivar Liberators by 10. 20 for the Wolverines, 10 for the Liberators. More from halftime in Columbia after this. You're watching Show Me Showdown 2017 right here on Mission.tv, a part of the NFHS Network.
And welcome back to Mizzou Arena. Vashon leads Bolivar in the Class 4 Boys Championship 20-10 here at Norm Stewart Court. Glad to have you with us. I'm Jim Powers, and normally we wait till the evening to talk to the boss, but we're going to bring the Executive Director of the Missouri State High School Activities Association, Dr. Kerwin Erhan, here a little early today. First off, Kerwin, what a great weekend of basketball it's been, and those Class 5 games yesterday, probably four of the best contested games that we've seen in the semifinals in an awfully long time.
You know, it just goes to show, but when the teams who make it to the Final Four are all good teams, and it was some great competition, and we could have played all four of those games again, and we may have had different outcomes. But it was fantastic to watch the kids get after it and play hard, and you know, it's one of those situations where everybody who comes up here is very, very good. Yeah. And I know they're disappointed if they don't come away with the championship, but they have nothing to hang their heads down about.
No doubt about it. You know, a couple things. We talked about a few things last week. You know, one of the things I want to touch on again this week is officiating. Not just our state, but around the country. We're in dire need of officials. We're in dire need of younger guys and younger ladies getting involved and giving back to the schools and giving back to the kids. You know, talk a little bit about really the dire straits we're in when it comes to getting new officials involved.
Well, we're at a situation where schools are actually looking at having to cancel games because they don't have officials to call. And the situation we're in is that our officials are getting older and we're not replacing them with younger officials. And so therefore, we're going to be at a critical shortage here in the next year or so, simply because there's no one to replace the ones who've been doing it for years. And I told the Basketball Coach Association this morning when I was meeting with them, we were talking about officials, and I said, if there are people out there officiating that were officiating me whenever I was playing in high school 32 years ago, it's probably time for them to be able to hang up their whistle. They've done everything they could to get back to the game. We now have to have younger people come in and do it, but unfortunately, we're at a mindset right now nationwide that anybody who pays for a ticket thinks it's okay to come in and just berate officials and yell and scream at them and do all those things. And for the veterans that are calling here this weekend, they let it roll off their back. They're used to it. It doesn't bother them. But for those young ones who are just starting out, they don't necessarily want to hear all that animosity coming at them because they're just trying to learn. And it's a situation where at the lower levels, we need our coaches and our parents to take the time to look at, hey, this individual is giving up his time to allow our kids to play. Let's cut them some slack. But many people, they don't agree with that,
right.
And they just feel like they should be able to yell and scream anytime they want. And, if the shoe was on the other foot, I would ask them how much they would enjoy being out there. And it's one of those situations where those individuals who are doing the fishing, they're not making a living doing it. They're doing it because they love the game and they want to get back to the game. Unfortunately, not everybody takes in and understands what that's all about.
And I will tell you this from firsthand experience is I'm an official. Yes, I do swimming. I get picked on a lot about that, but it's my way to give back. And, to the sports and the different things that have been, giving me my opportunities to do what I'm doing here this weekend. And it's really a lot of fun. It's great. We want to get more younger folks involved in officiating. The other thing, too, Kerwin, is this wraps up the winter season. Now we kind of get into the academic side of things with the Missouri State High School Activities Association.
We do. We start off with our activities, or the next things after this. Basketball weekend wraps up. Our very next event that we have, that's a state event, will be our speech, debate, and theater event that takes place down at Missouri State. The following weekend, we follow it up with the State Music Festival. It's here on MU's campus. We'll have close to 10,000 kids come and participate in the music festival. The weekend after that, we deal with the Scholar Bowl, and I get to realize how incredibly stupid I am and how intelligent those young people are. They're amazing. They do some amazing things, and it's just fun to watch them do that. And what's kind of crazy is that we're here playing basketball today and wrapping it up, but the spring sports, they kicked off yesterday. Yeah. We had girls soccer going on. We had baseball going on. We had some spring softball going on.
My Twitter feed was blowing up with baseball and soccer scores starting. And that's the great thing is you get this little overlap with basketball finishing up and with the schedule moving up a little bit. Now spring sports, and we've got beautiful days out there yesterday and today for our great student athletes to get out there and perform.
As a former baseball player, I always loved going out there in that first day of practice. And after about 3 days, I realized that all the muscles I hadn't used playing basketball, I was using playing baseball. And so it was always a little difficult. But, whenever you can go out and play in the spring and it's warm out, you just feel good, and it feels great to get outside. And for those kids who are playing soccer and baseball, it's fantastic for them. Track, I'm sure I don't know if there were any track meets yesterday, but it's kicking off as well. So
absolutely. Well, Kerwin, thanks so much for your time, and it's always great to catch up with you, and another great 2 weekends of basketball here in the state of Missouri.
Appreciate it, Jim. Appreciate the opportunity.
Dr. Kerwin Erhan joins us. Vashon leads Bolivar 20-10 in the Class 4 state championship game. We'll be back in a moment right here on Mission.tv.
See one of the final baskets of the first half. A beautiful cut, Jim, you mentioned from Brandon Emmert. This is a 10-point game and probably a score that most people didn't expect, 20-10. Here with Bolivar looking up at Vashon.
Yeah, they're grinding it out there. I mean, you talk about the Polk County grind. They're forcing Vashon to grind it out a little bit. Vashon is a team that just scores points at will. And for Bolivar to keep them to only 20 in the first half, they're doing some good things. They just got to get some buckets to fall for them.
Daniel Ferris leading the way for the V with 8 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists for the Bolivar Liberators. Their big man, Brandon Emmert, 7 points and 3 rebounds. But, you know, 0 for 8, Jim, from three-point land for Bolivar. 3 of 9 for the Wolverines. And right now, that's a difference. And I was talking to you in the break. Bolivar only turned the ball over 3 times against one of the most intense defenses you'll see St. Louis, Kansas City, Springfield, anywhere. But still they're down 10. So they played clean basketball, but it really didn't translate to points as their open looks didn't connect.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Bolivar's going to start off with the basketball here to start the period. They've got to get something going offensively. They're doing it defensively. They're doing an outstanding job defensively. They're running their offense well. They just got to get some shots to fall.
Both teams bring back the original starting fives that we began the first 8 minutes with in the first quarter. Conley Garrison, with only 3 points in the first half, sets the Bolivar offense in motion. They go down low. They deny Emmert, and here's a run out. Ferris goes to the left hand and scores. And, man, you mentioned it, Jim, at the top. This team in transition is just deadly.
You know what? And they're not only deadly in their initial transition. They run their secondary break so well to get other options. And they're textbook when it comes to it.
This is their largest lead of the day, now at 12 points. Liberators need an answer. Garrison has it left wing. Skip pass to Pitts. And it comes back to Conley Garrison. He passes to the left block, and Emmert misses. He can't get it. A highly contested shot coming the other way. Casey Cody Jackson pulls the trigger, maybe a little too early, and Bolivar with the rebound. Long pass, nearly intercepted. Emmert can't lay it in. He fights for the rebound, and he gets the and one.
And he took it right at Stockard.
That's his third foul, and that's a huge foul here.
And we talked about getting him that third foul, and you're going to see right here. Emmert takes it in, draws the contact, and now you're going to get the conventional three-point play. Plus, you're going to get Stockard with his third foul. That's big.
Brandon Emmert, a 63% free throw shooter, and he knocks that one down. Liberators cut it down to 9, 22-13 here. Stockard still in.
Tony Irons is, and Levi's a smart kid. He knows he's got to play it safe.
Corey Gilbert rises and fires, but is fouled. A contested mid-range jumper won't go. Rebound called, I believe, against Ian Jones. That'll be his first, the team's first. We've played almost 90 seconds here in the third quarter.
I want to talk about some heavy hitters as assistant coaches, Corey, for Vashon. Guy by the name of Jimmy McKinney. I think we've heard that name around, maybe this arena we've heard the name Jimmy McKinney. Dwayne Polk, who played at St. Louis University with all the Claggets and all those guys. I mean, Tony's assembled himself a staff that is really, really good.
This, Corey Gilbert knocks down the free throws. Gilbert now with 8 points and 4 rebounds. They push their advantage back to 11 to the Wolverines. Little token pressure this time as Garrison brings it up court. He calls for it again. Quick passes inside. Emmert from the free throw line, too strong. That time Stockard gets himself another rebound. He's got 5 rebounds on the afternoon.
Saw Vashon jump into a little bit of a zone look right there. You're not seeing Bolivar knocking down outside shots. Why not? Why not go to the zone and make them bury a few shots to pull you back out of it?
0 for 8 from three-point land are the Liberators so far today. Vashon, a patient possession here with 5:45. Casey Cody